Okay, now let's get into the exciting part of the panel that I get excited about and I really try and get other people excited about, and that's our whiteboard functionality. Now, a lot of people who may know me, I'm up to coffee number 3, and in each coffee there's 3 shots. So I'm running on caffeine like anything. So let's go to whiteboard. Nice features, new features, capability of 30 pages. Menu over here, but let's just touch on a couple of other things. So in here, if I go to my background settings, I've got new background, well, different color backgrounds. I've got our standard background. So for those music teachers, I do have music lines in here. But we've also got some other ones which Paul can supply to you as well, which are just plain background. So I'm just going to use the green one here at the moment. And I'm going to go into my pen and I'm going to choose black and I'm going to make it reasonably thick, and I'm just going to physically write my name, okay, or do it in print, nice and simple. Now remembering that that print can be thicker, and at the moment I'm using the thin end of my pen, but I can use my finger as well, and I can also use a thick end. So it's only one color. Now, remember, how do you erase that from the screen? Palm of your hand. Or if you're like me sometimes, because I do it so often, I get a little eraser, just a whiteboard eraser, and I can actually do it this way as well. Okay, so I've now got the squeak that like the old blackboards used to give to me. Okay, so I'm just going to put that at the back. Now, in our pen mode, I've got single pen mode. I've got highlighter. For those Japanese teachers, I've also got stroke, or people who like calligraphy work. You do have stroke mode. I've got dual pen mode as well. So now I'm going to make the thick end of the pen red. I'm going to write in red, and I'm going to write in black. Now, one thing you need to notice is, how thin can I get it? That's how thin I can get it. How thick can I get it? Whoops, I know what we're doing wrong there. We've got stroke on. So let's keep going on here. Now, I'm just going to go back into my pens. As I said, I've got pen, highlighter, calligraphy, just like a paintbrush, dual pen mode, thin end, thick end. How thin can I be? Or how thick can I be? Okay. Now, I can also do an eraser. So the thick end of the pen, that's my thin, but the thick end will be an eraser, and quite a fine eraser at that as well. Okay, and we do have the functionality to go from writing to text and writing to shape as well, so being able to do shapes. Now, for those teachers, this is not a unicorn pen, so please tell the kids it won't change colors as they write, but you can tick a different hue of a red if you want to. Okay, so now I want to go to a new page. Now I'm not going to walk across the camera. I want that side menu to come over to me. I simply hit my switch and I switch the menu. Now I'm going to add a page. So I've added that page. Now if I want to see the 2 pages at one time, I hit and I can see both pages. Now this particular page, I'm going to leave there, but I'm going to switch back. Now Paul's not going to like me on this, but I'm going to change it to a different color. So I'm going to change it to our cream color with our grid lines. And what I want to show you is the first page is the green, the second page is a different color. So you can have multiple different pages and different colors on each page for 30 pages. And I can just keep adding. Now, depending on where you sit, and you'll notice that if I'm on page 1, it'll change the background to page 1. But down further, I was on page 4, or that used to be page 2. it's now made those pages because that was the page I was on and that was the page I was copying. So it's actually a copy function, okay, for the background itself. Now, I'm writing. I'm going to change that to a little bit bigger now. I'm writing, as I said, palm of your hand, but you can also do a full screen erase if you want to as well. Now, over here, we have single touch mode. No one else can use the panel at the same time. So I'm touching the screen, but this pen is still doing what I'm doing. Okay? But switch it to multiple touch mode, and I can have multiple people on the panel at any one time. Now, how many points of touch do you ask? Can you remember what Paul said at the beginning of the video? I don't think Paul did. It's actually 40 points of touch. Let's throw Paul under the bus on that one. So, when you're in multiple touch mode, my screen here is my physical page. But when I'm in single touch mode, my screen is not my page. My page actually becomes bigger because I can drag that off the screen. I can drag it pretty much any way I want to, up, down, sideways. But the other good function of it too is I can, with 2 fingers, I can actually reduce that in size and then drag it up and then continue and do some more work. I'll show you a few features of that later on.